everyone, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. I am Assistant Professor Manmeet Kaur. Welcome you at SST Edupedia. We are going to start in this session with risk management subject concerning to third year BMS semester 6. The module contains the introduction to risk management, impact of risk on the projects that we deal in, risk process, risk organizations that we see, and the key risk that we face in the process. So risk management is the process in which we identify, assess and we tackle the risk that we are facing. Whatever transactions relating to the organizational business that we do, certain risk is associated. So the business term itself has risk into it. Whatever we do, we are very thoughtful about the decision that we make, whether we should do this or not, we should invest in this particular asset or not. So risk management shows us the uncertainties that we can have, what risk factors or what kind of risk that we can have, and how to tackle that risk. Once we calculate or analyze the risk, then we will be able to tackle the solution for the risk, then we will able to have. So risk management is the process, is a systematic process of identifying, assessing and controlling the threats that organization or the projects of the organization may face during their capital or earning process. These risks stem from a variety of resources. Variety of sources these risks can come. They can be financial uncertainty, legal liabilities we are having, some technological issue, or strategic management errors. We make the strategies and policies, maybe we there is an error which has caused an issue. So all these things comes under the risk or the type of risk that we can face. A successful risk management program helps the organization consider the full range of risk, and then we can tackle it, we can solve it. The risk management also examines, supervise what we have planned. So the policies and strategies are made by the top level management. Later on, middle and lower level management follows that steps or the policies. If there any discriminancy or any fault error happened, so we need to manage it. That management is done by crisis management or risk management level. This also examines the relationship between the risk and cascading impact. Cascading impact means what that uncertainty has caused us. So that is analyzed and we try to solve that issue. So the impact of risk on the project can be positive and negative, but mostly if we see on very rare occasions the risk factor does a positive effect on us, which increases the profit or something. It is like someone's loss and your profit, where our luck factor can be used or we see the impact of it. So the positive and negative impact is shown as it may increase your profit. On the other side, it may increase your cost, expenses also. So the process of risk here is, very first thing we have to do is we have to identify the risk that can happen, or we have to see, we have to plan in such a way that even the risks are covered. Second thing is we have to analyze and measure the risk. With that, we also have to see that what the impact of the risk will happen. If that impact goes negative, as we saw the type, if that increases the cost, then we should have a reserve or some kind of backup to save us from that loss. So analyze and you have to see the measure of the impact on us, whether it is positive or negative. Decide whether the risk is unacceptable. There are types that risk can be acceptable or not, it is recoverable or not, it is avoidable or not. Avoidable situations, can be of type that they happen inside the internal management. But on the other hand, if the risk is coming from external environment, which is society or the market conditions, then it is difficult to tackle it. Then we have to then we have to tolerate or bear the after effect or the during effect of it. Mitigate or transfer unexpected risk. We have to, substitute it with some or the other thing. We will have to manage it or balance it. If we have seen the loss somewhere, then we have to balance it with some profit. We will come up with facilities or offers or combo offers that will substitute that issue. Contingency planning for risk that can be managed. Contingency is a term which is used that we are not certain about the situation. It may or may not happen. So the may or may not thing can affect us. So the planning should be एकदम proof होनी चाहिए हमारी planning. The strategies whatever that are planned, that should be solid proof, that are not shaken up, that are ready for all the situations. Next we have the last step that we have is monitoring and regulatory review. We have to keep examining and monitoring the situation so that the issue, whatever the risk has happened, we are able to tackle it. So these were the 6 steps of risk process, from identifying to taking the step and following up with the situation. So these are the risk organizations, or you can say the main headings on which the risk has been divided. The very first thing is market risk. This is external risk. All the risk here are mostly external, which are unavoidable and we are not able to control it. So market risk consists of asset liability management committee, where asset and liabilities are managed and they are tried to balance. The credit risk happens because of the credit liabilities if we have. The committee, management committee, manages the credit risk or the debt that we have. Operational risk concerns with the production. If certain discrepancy happens between the production, the raw material is not sufficient or the supply is not happening, so operational management committee will try to manage it. We will start explaining the committees one by one. The asset liability committee consists, or the known as management surplus, or the supervisory group that coordinates the management of assets and liabilities. As I said in the introduction of this category, assets and liabilities are managed here. The management is done in such a way that if liabilities are comparatively more, so we will try to manage or substitute it in such a way that it is balanced, it is not imbalanced. The goal of earning and educate returns. The return should be educate. It should not be insufficient where we will demand or we will ask for more loans. By managing a company's assets and liabilities, executives are able to influence net earnings. They examine the net earnings of the particular period and accordingly we plan further. Key takeaways from this is responsible for overseeing the management of the company. Mostly it is concerned with our financial category where balance, surplus, debt, assets are seen. Board of management level provides important management information systems. Information system is concerned with technology or software which will help or support the management of these all the transactions. The ALCO strategies means asset liability committee gives policies and procedures that should relate with board goals. As I mentioned, that top level management forms the strategies, policies that we on middle level and lower level we follow that. So that policies concerns the objective, the goal that we want to achieve in the long run. So we will concentrate, even the asset liability committee will concentrate on achieving those goals. Next we have credit risk management committee, which concerns mostly with the credit thing where we ask for the credit, we take the commodity and we give the payment in later on after a period which we have decided. Very first thing is credit administration. The administration of the credit things or the transaction should be done properly, whether the agreement is required or not. So all the admin work is done here. Risk limit management, the level of risk that we are able to take or we are able to give the credit to that customer, that needs to be limited to a certain period. For this we are not supposed to face major loss. Early warning and monitoring. If a certain client is not paying our credit dues, so warning memos or notices are sent to it, and regular monitoring is done. Non-performing asset management. If the particular asset is not performing according to the expectations, that is to be managed accordingly. Action steps will be taken to manage or to eliminate it if it is not fruitful. Risk-based pricing. The pricing of the commodity, even the pricing of our securities in market will suffer. So we have to do all the management accordingly. Independent credit officers. The officers will make sure that all the activities and all the regulatory rules etc. are being followed. Internal credit rating. The credit rating is happened by the management. Why they do it? Because we see the cycle of credit is fluent or not, whether the payments of the client is coming on time or not. So if that is on time, then the cycle rating will be fine, will be positive. But if that is negative internally also, then it can impact the overall performance of the organization. And of course we should know our customer. KYC, we have very much aware of this term. So even the banking system does that, and we as an organization also connect to our receivers, whether they are the clients, parties, investors, whatever stakeholders they may be, we try to stay connected to them. Operational risk management committee, what they do, they measure the risk, they monitor the risk that can happen, they make sure the risk is under the control or we are having sufficient provision to face it. If the provision is not there, then we may suffer. The overall performance and overall the market situation of the organization will suffer a lot. The operational committee makes a report of the risk and they inform the higher level, top level management to make provisions or to make or amend the policies, strategies accordingly. Identify the risk, evaluate and then control. This is the another part where we analyze and we make our provisions for the risk that we may follow. Operational risk is mostly concerned with production related risk, where the production situations can turn unfavorable. For example, the raw material is not available or we are not able to provide distribute the commodities to the receivers. So operational risk, concentrate on this and try to control it, keep it under the control as much as possible. Key risk. Now we will start our concept relating to the type of risk that we may face. Very first thing is interest risk, is concerned with decline in the price of bond or portfolio of bond due to increase in the market rates. The market rates will affect our organizations. Whatever situation happens overall the world, it some or the other way affects the market and eventually it affects us. The market situation, stock market situation gets affected. Even the inflation rate affects us. So if the prices over there increases, obviously the demand will fall. It is an interrelation. A bond yield to maturity shows how a investor's money will earn. If the bond held until it matures, the maturity time tak we will come to know about the interest. So here 4 key element of risk has been given. Policies and risk limits. Risk measurement, we try to measure wherever we invest, we try to analyze and invest accordingly. So here, as I mentioned, as the market situation worsens, the situation or the inflation, if we take example of that, inflation rate increases, here the demand for us decreases. So it goes vice versa. Next we have credit risk, the risk of non-payment from the lenders or the borrowers. The non-payment thing affects us. In other ways, we can define credit risk as the risk that the borrowers may not repay us. So that way our situation, financial situation will suffer. So what are the ratio, what measurements, what actions can be taken? It can be calculated in percentage form or in loss percentage that we can see, and we try to compensate or try to balance the risk here, while risk management strategies are made to balance it. Next we have market risk. The market risk is the change or decrease in the value of investment, where the investment happens or the investment of the commodities or the stakeholders suffer because of this. So what we do, we try to analyze, we try to enable in such a way that uncontrollable situations will be managed. So what we do, the type of risk again here concerns interest, equity, currency, even the foreign currency. The rates of dollar changes, it fluctuates daily, as we know. Our Indian rupee also fluctuates or the value differs. So foreign currency risk is also that we face, marginal risk, country risk, all this risk we face. Operational risk that we have is again related to operational things, that is production related things. Internal fraud can be happened, execution, delivery, process management can suffer, business disruption, system failures. There is a possibility that our laborers may go on strike, due to which our production, our whole process will suffer. Damage to physical assets, client, products and business practices. So anywhere if production is in fault, production is the base foundation. If that stage has some kind of problem, the whole cycle will suffer. Next we have liquidity risk. It is related to credit risk, but liquidity is like how fast our asset or liability can turn into cash, how liquid they are. So the gap between demand and supply is affected here. If we are not able to satisfy the demand, our liquidity suffers. So funding the liquidity risk, market liquidity risk, we have to bifurcate these things. Types of asset which are liquid or not, and what are the ways. Some ways are given. We have to be effective and sufficient with our cash flow. The cash flow is smooth, then we are able to satisfy the liquidity requirements. Investment management, keeping the track of liquid assets, how quickly they turn into cash for us, and when, on what situations do we need to do that. So in this session, we studied about the type of risk under risk management. We will continue in the next session. Thank you.